number 3 here. Rotterdam, on what could be the final map of the night, would you do the honors and introduce these two?
Let's do it. Over here on the right top side of the map, we have the man who's going up to 10 drones before making an Overlord. He's pulling an ST on us. It's Aces Bly. Bly, of course, once upon a time showed us his beautiful white pants at the Home Story Cup. I will never forget. I'm not sure if you saw them, but they're legendary, at least among us, little Home Story Cup Circle Jerk Club. And over here on the south side of Merry-Go-Round, we have the other Aces Zerg that's undefeated today in best of 3s at least. It is Scarlett. Once more, if you're a big Scarlett fan, I encourage everybody to tune into WCS America this weekend. That's one of the reasons why, I mean, obviously I would have cast this regardless, but I really wanted to give some extra, put WCS America in the limelight a little more, because I really think we are looking at a fantastic weekend. We have a great top 8 ahead of us, so I hope all of you guys will be tuning in, and if you're somehow watching from Southern California, make sure to join us in the WCS America studio, which is in Burbank. Burbank is, other than the WCS studio, there's just not a whole lot in Burbank, but we make Burbank better.
Who are the top 4? For anyone who hasn't been watching. Sorry, top 8.
Top 8? Alright, so the first match of the day is going to be Scarlett versus Hart. The second match will be Hyun versus Huck. The third match will be Paul versus... No, excuse me, it will be Balmer versus Big Baby. And then the last match will be Paul versus Liquid Hero. Do
you have your money on anyone? Or are you not allowed to say?
I think it's really hard to predict. I know I didn't put any real money on, but if I would make predictions, I said Hart the other day just because there's a chance that he plays 2 Zergs before he makes it to the final. And anybody who makes it to the final obviously has a shot at winning it. So I would love to see Hart win. He really... I turned into a Hart fan over the last year. Like, I'm not afraid to admit it. I love that guy.
Well, I'll be sure tuning in. I've got nothing to do this weekend.
I would love to see Scarlett or Huck win, of course. That would really excite me. I would go ham. And Balmer is a buddy of mine as well, you know. I get along with all of them.
If Scarlett wins, she can go to BlizzCon, can't she?
That is true. So that makes it an extra reason. But let's talk ZvZ, Madals. What are you watching?
I'm just keeping an eye on what these two are doing. Their gas timings. We've got speed coming out now from Bly. Also just chilling there with 3 drones still on that gas. The 2 of them, hatch timing is slightly slower for Scarlett, but not by too much. Also just taking her gas now, so a little bit further behind on that. Both sitting there with 2 lings out on the field. Drone count, pretty much equal. There's not really too much difference between them other than the speed for Bly.
Yep, and now Merry-Go-Round, of course, has this large ramp in your natural. That can make things a little tricky. This is not a map where you can just take gases for a very long amount of time and then even wait for a little bit before you drop those evolution chambers and your roach warren. This is something that Scarlett surely is aware of. This is an interesting build by her though, because like the extractor is sort of an in-between. It wasn't very quick, but it's also not extremely late. It's something that Xian has done in the past. Like, he will drop both evolution chambers and the roach warren, but then he will still make a lot of speed links when they will have like +1 carapace upgrade and try to cancel the 3rd base on the other side of the map. I'm not sure if this is what Scarlett is doing over here, but we will see.
Got a lot of lings coming out from Bly at the moment. He's also got his Baneling that's just now finished up, so he's looking to get quite aggressive here. Scarlett hasn't actually scouted anything here, but may have seen a couple of the lings come out with good Overlord placements. So already has a Spine coming up. Is already trying to close up this ramp distance with an Evolution Chamber. So should be in an... Oh, actually, no, the Spine isn't going to be done quite in time with these Banelings coming up. But
no, but
there we go, yeah.
Fine. See, we'll have a wall off, and that is all that matters. Here come the first 4 Banelings for Bly. They may actually be able to bust the Roach Warren. Yes, wow, that is massive for Bly. That might actually help him quite a bit in the execution of this push.
Comes on through, quite a few lings weighing around at the moment for Bly. Overall in Zerging numbers, it's 16-1 at the moment. No drones taken down yet. The Queen's doing actually a great job. First 2 workers are now picked off. A lot more lings in production on both sides. Bly breaches into the main base.
Bly needs to do a little more than he's done so far. Cancelling the Roach Warren, that's really nice, because that will make sure that he can keep this aggression up for a while, because now it's just slow Zerglings with the potential Banelings for Bly. And of course he has the speed as well. During all this, Scarlett actually starts her layer. That is very, very ambitious. While there is nothing but Zerglings streaming across the map, that is a very, very bold call. Madals.
This is going to be very interesting to see what comes through from here. We've got Bly just still rallying over a lot of units. Morphing in those Banelings now. That's what I was waiting for.
And this is going to be tricky, because if Scarlett would have had a roach wine finish up, then I would have loved her position, because then she was able to just like make 4, 5, 6 roaches, and especially when +1 finishes up, but even before that, she's already going to be in a good position. Now she needs to drop additional spines. A lot of Banelings, like you said, will be knocking on her front door. Bly has been down in workers all along, so he needs to do a lot of damage. He's actually going to break the debris. That's sort of smart, I guess, because he saves a couple of Banelings as well. Will surround one of these queens, immediately transfuse, will land. Well done by Scarlett as well. Oh man. He also picked off the majority of the Banelings. There's still 2 Banelings alive. The queen should really snipe that Baneling.
It's solo. Does get quite a lot of drones there. 8 workers have been killed. A lot of reinforcements coming in though from Scarlett. So Bly is going to be running into some trouble long term. His link count is going down, but he's killed 8 drones now.
The queens are shooting at the hatchery and not actually at the Banelings. So these Banelings go more. Small misclick there for Scarlett, but you know, as explosive as this looks, and I'm using explosive because of the Baneling. But
oh, nice Baneling hit there.
Yeah, I still don't think it's enough. Like, Bly, his layer is very late. Scarlett, her layer is already done. She has roaches. +1 is about to finish up. What are you going to do with Zerglings against +1 roaches? The only thing that Bly can do is counterattack and make sure that Scarlett stays on her side of the map so he can catch up in tech. And then maybe get a Spire? I don't know.
It's worth noting as well, despite the fact that a good number of workers have actually been killed, 13, Scarlett is still pretty much level in terms of the drone count. Bly only just went above there with the last drone wave, but that isn't ideal. When you've picked off that many workers, you'd expect to be quite substantially up on it. So this is a problem for Bly. He's not ahead economically. He's behind in tech quite substantially. And with these roaches out now in decent numbers, it's very challenging.
You can't really fight those roaches anymore either. Roaches with +1 missile attacks will kill Zerglings in 2 hits, and that's not what you want to engage on, especially if you don't have overwhelming amount of Zerglings. I'm still not sure what Bly is actually going for. Now he drops the Roach Warren. Okay, that's a late Roach Warren. He really delayed that one for quite a bit. I figured he couldn't really go up to Spy because he doesn't have any static defenses, and even if he would make that, then he doesn't have any drones anymore, so it will almost just like all be suicide. The Roach Warren, I guess, is the best option, but Scarlett already having that +1 missile attack, already having 7 roaches, and is already up in workers. Scarlett has played an other than those like very funny games against Bunny, which she was still able to win with 3 completely different openings. She has played a flawless day of StarCraft.
She's been playing absolutely exceptionally, which is, I don't know, making me very, very excited about WCSNA this weekend, and how she does there. I've got to admit that I'd love to see her win, throwing her a BlizzCon and all, but it's just very promising play, and I just really am struggling to see what Bly can really do here. He's trying to tech up, he's trying to deny this 3rd base, but even if he denies that 3rd, it's just stopping him from getting further behind as opposed to giving him any kind of substantial advantage. Sure, he's got some roaches coming out, but they're a lot later. They don't have +1, whereas Scarlett does have +1, so a big upgrade lead there. And Scarlett's also ahead on the roach speed by a good 40 seconds.
Yep, Scarlett is pretty much ahead in every aspect of ZvZ that is very important. Upgrades, roach counts, bases, and drones. Like, there's not really anything else that you really want to be ahead in, I guess. Tech-wise, it's the same, so there is no advantage on either side. It's going to be very, very tricky for Bly. He needs to somehow find himself, you know, having a great engagement, maybe. Hope that Scarlett overextends, hopes that she takes a fight in a bad position, but the ball is definitely in Scarlett's corner, and if she doesn't mess up like she hasn't been doing throughout the entire day, then I think she will be more than fine.
Of course, that is a perilous thing to say. We've mentioned multiple times this evening when someone is in a in a clean cruise into winning the game, and then suddenly there's this turnaround no one could expect. So won't count our chickens before they've hatched. But yeah, Bly going into Tunneling Claws with these roaches, which is quite a nice strategy. It's something that's got a lot more popular recently. But Scarlett, she's got 1 Overseer on the map already, so she should be okay. And she's got an overwhelming advantage in terms of the roach count, not to mention the upgrade advantage on them too. Taking a trade here, this is going to be a very nice fight for Scarlett, winning that monumentally, forcing a retreat out of Bly. And this is just going to be very difficult for Bly from this point forward.
Yep, being down 50 supply in a ZvZ when your opponent is about to attack you is often not a beautiful position to be in. Bly starts adding 7 Banelings, I guess, you know. Oh, actually, that's on the left bottom side of the map. He's going to try to use those Banelings to blow up the hatchery. That's a very cute play. I kind of dig that play, but at the same time, he might end up losing his own hatchery. So in the end, the best that he hopes for right now is a reset here. Come those Banelings, and oh, it's not enough. Sad life.
Transfuser's already going through there. This is a bit of a pain for Bly. Can't seem to catch a break. Is being forced to push across now. Should be able to snipe the hatch with all of these roaches. But bear in mind, the 2-1 upgrades have just finished up for Scarlett's roaches. No upgrades for Bly's roaches. That is just a monumental advantage for Scarlett, both in numbers. Will lose the third, but picked off Bly's third base as well. The one thing that Bly has going for him at the moment is that he has got tunneling claws. But that is a bit of a drop in the ocean.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, it's a cool comeback upgrade in general. You can really make stuff happen, especially if you're a far superior player to your opponent. Then using stuff like tunneling claws can really make them fall apart. Like I've noticed this in the past when I'm in myself and I'm playing a PvZ and I'm in an okay position, but the Zerg is kind of better than me. Then on a certain point, it just starts driving me nuts. You know, attacking at multiple locations at once, but. Scarlett is already so good. I honestly doubt that Bly will be able to outplay her with tunneling claws. And there's almost nothing that Bly can do. There's really, you know, I would love to say that this is going to be really close, guys, but 70 supply advantage in a ZvZ with better upgrades for Scarlett as well. Being ahead 28 roaches, I feel that she can almost, you know, L-tap to YouTube and put on some Alanis Morissette if she likes that. Listen to that, sing a song, and then she comes back and she probably wins the game if she just moves with her army across the map.
One thing to touch on is, worth noting these tunneling claw roaches, Scarlett's got 5 overseers out on the map. Pretty much any avenue that there could be a move-in of those tunneling claw roaches, she's got covered with the detection. So, just really covering her bases. Going for a counter-attack now. There are a lot of spines trying to come up, a few roaches back at home. But that upgrade advantage is massive. Scarlett pushing through now. This may trigger Bly to try and counter, but I just don't think it's going to work for him. There's defensive roaches here for Scarlett. She's got a couple of spines up. Both sides going for this now, but Bly knows it. GG, and Scarlett takes this final series of the night 2-0 and wins all 3 of her series from this evening.